After being a top 10 car all day, Scott Riggs spins in turn 4 and puts us under caution flag number 6 for car 66.
Let's see what happens here. He gets down to the 43 there. Bobby Labonte. Looks like that little thing we were talking about, Larry, how these cars are not so successful to spinning around. She spun around.
Especially when he was right on the inside of that car. It's like it just pulled him around. And then Daryl Franchitti in the 40 car, nowhere for him to go. See Mike Skinner in the 27 car just sneaking by. Mike slowed down. Franchitti did not.
No, he didn't slow down at all. I don't think he.
Digger. Duck.
Boy, Digger's going to get hazardous duty pay for this one. Digger went deep on that one.
Caution flag number 6 leaves us with 19 cars on the lead lap, and I believe Denny Hamlin's persistence at trying to stay out there and hang with Jeff Gordon is going to put Hamlin back on the lead lap.
I believe you're right.
Pit road is open, Steve.
Mark Martin is cranky, Mike. He says, I'm tired of this lap traffic. I want 4 tires or no tires, but 2 tires ain't working. So they're going to give him 4 tires. Dick.
Greg Biffle, after a masterful save on the speedway, pits out of the 5th position. He too is going to go with 4 tires. They're going to try to tighten his race car up as we near the end. Biffle will be on the gas, Krista.
Jeff Gordon said, I really don't know how to make this car much better. He is very happy with it. On the last stop, back on lap 163, they made a 2-tire change. This time, Jeff Gordon going for 4.
Kevin Harvick gambling and Carl Edwards are going to come out first. Then Martin Truex.
I think Carl Edwards, like Mark Martin, he's tired of fighting traffic. He wanted something to get him up there near the front.
And there's the race off pit road. You see Harvick, the big gainer, along with Edwards and Truex. A spin by Scott Riggs, collected by Dario Franchitti, and you are there
with old Digger.
NASCAR Sprint Cup Racing on Fox is sponsored by Toyota. Moving forward.
Getting ready for the restart with 182 laps complete in the UAW Dodge 400. On Fox, here are your leaders, and here's today's Allstate Good Hands driver. We nominate Ken Schrader. In the BAM Racing number 49, here he comes. There he goes. And here's a look at it from Fox 3D. Getting right up that close to the number 10 of Patrick Carpentier. And off he goes. So Schrader's our good hands driver today. Allstate. Are you in good hands?
And you may say, well, no big deal. You go back, you see somebody spin out for 180 mile an hour, see how big a deal it is.
Pace cars in. Dale Earnhardt Jr. leading Kevin Harvick, Carl Edwards, Martin Truex, and Matt Kenseth. Here we go.
Be a lot of crew chiefs, Larry, watching to see how this all plays out right here with the strategies these guys have used.
Again, I just got to believe that Carl Edwards, especially back there in that 99 as we ride with Dale Earnhardt Jr., he just was looking for that track position ever since he was penalized several laps ago for the pit road violation.
I just believe that, yeah, 99, and I also believe that, you know, the 17 got 4 tires. That's going to be the interesting scenario, is how he stacks up against the guy that didn't get any.
Because we are definitely down number-wise to where this is a 1 pit stop race to get to the end. Tell you, I'm pretty impressed with old Kevin Harvick in that 29 car. Had a good run at Fontana last week, finished 8th. Comes in here 7th in the points. The highest Chevrolet in the points right now. And Krista, looking pretty good maybe for a top 5, maybe a win.
Absolutely, Larry Mack. You know, Kevin said he's not a big gambler. He said losing anything over $5 is hard for him to stomach. Well, they've been gambling on these last couple of stops. Back on lap 163 when they came in, it was fuel only and adjustments, no tires. The last stop, just right sides. They were one of the teams that only took 2.
And you know, Krista got in my ear there when we were at break. I said the cars seem like they're just slower through the corner. Jeff Gordon told her these cars are 13 miles an hour slower through the corner than the old car was.
That's why they can race side by side and feel good about it.
Exactly, Larry. That was my point.
Jamie McMurray almost lost one coming out of turn number 4 as he went around Dale Jarrett. He made the pass, but Jarrett's car really upset the air, and McMurray made a really nice save. Let's show it to you. Watch the 26. Outside Jarrett.
Well, now he's already been for one ride off of turn 4. You know, he's lucky to still be going.
All right, so we'll make him our Allstate good hands, bad plan driver.
And I tell you what, Kurt Busch in the 2 car did an awfully good job too, because he was right there when Jamie came back across the racetrack almost.
All right, we see Kurt. Where is his younger brother Kyle, who started on the pole and has led 3 times for 56 laps today? He's in 9th place. Matt?
He didn't say aero push, Mike, but he might as well have said it because he said everything else about his race car. Stuck back in traffic. He said it's just so tight. Please free me up because we're going to be back there and I'm going to need something big to try to work myself back up to the front. And keeping an eye on tires, since we are counting down the laps to the finish, he's got at least 2 sets of sticker, meaning brand new sets of tires in his pit. And he also picked up an extra set from his teammate Tony Stewart's team.
All right, 188 laps complete, 79 to go. Let's check downstairs at the Hollywood Hotel for this AT&T race break.
Thanks, Mike. If you want to get an exclusive look inside the world of Richard Childress Racing, Jeff Burton and the 31 Chevrolet, thanks to AT&T, now you can. Using cellular video on your AT&T handset, you can access all the inside RCR contents.
Yeah, right now we take a look at Jeff Burton. He is still running in the 10th position. He's been up there, you know, challenged for the lead different times today, Chris. But right now the battle up front, you know, you've got to believe it. Dale Earnhardt Jr., he's in the catbird seat. But I think the big challenge is going to have to come, you know, from back in the back.
Yeah, earlier in the race, lap 109, Tony Stewart, 2-time champion, in his Toyota with a right front tire that bothered him into the wall, taken to the care center. He was okay. Later talked with our Chris Devoda, called it one of the hardest hits he's gone through. But certainly with him out of the mix now, Carl Edwards, who's led quite a bit in this race, 36 laps. Matt Kenseth has led 48 laps, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. trying to fight off Carl Edwards right now.
Yeah, trying to fight him off again. Carl, you know, taking on, trying to get that track position, took on a couple of tires. But I think your battle is really going to come later on from that 17 and that 24 car. Matt Kenseth and Jeff Gordon, they've been fast all day long. I think when it comes down to the push and shove situation, those 2 guys are going to be up there giving Dale Earnhardt Jr. all that he wants.
We have 76 laps to go. This has been an AT&T race break. Let's rejoin Darrell, Larry, and Mike.
Well, Chris, there's a good chance that the Roush-Keteers are going to be Vegas headliners tonight because Carl Edwards and Matt Kenseth, 2nd there and 3rd, are coming after Dale Earnhardt Jr. for the lead.
Yeah, I like that 17 car. I mean, he got 4 tires on his stop. That's going to pay off big time as we go deep in this run.
You know, a car that we talked to him the other day in practice, and he said ever since they reconfigured this racetrack just a couple of years ago that he has struggled even finding a way to give feedback for this track. Martin Truex Jr., he's quietly been back there lurking. He just worked his way up to the top 10. In fact, Martin Truex Jr. in 1 car is in 6th right now.
Like Harvick, didn't he take 2 tires on this last stop?
Yeah, Kevin Manion. I think now, we talked about this at the top of the show. In fact, it was one of our keys. Track position versus 4 tires. I think as this race winds down, I know you'd rather have 4 tires, but you just do not want to be stuck back in traffic.
The guy with the best luxury is that 17 car, though, because you know why?
He has both.
Well, he can get 4 tires, and about the same time it takes everybody else to get 2. That crew is fast. Here we go for a lead change here, guys.
Here comes Edwards after Junior, who's not had a top 10 finish here the last 4 races. Edwards to the inside and back to the lead.
And it's taken him about 85 laps to get back there, back on lap 109. Under a caution, he had a pit stop violation and had to go to the tail end of this longest line. It's taken him this long to get back to the front.
And here comes Matt Kenseth, his teammate, for 2nd.
Boys are going to like it out west here. They're going to race out. They want to race out here all the time.
A lot of racing to go, Darrell. 73 laps to go here in Las Vegas. New leader Carl Edwards. You're watching NASCAR on Fox.